Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here in Los Angeles with The Problem, Mikey Mckinson. The interview we kind of didn't want to do, Mikey. I'm sure everyone in the UK or boxing fans would have heard the news. We sit here at 7 o'clock Los Angeles time, so about 2 in the morning. So everything said is of now. So if everyone wakes up and there's developments, we'll see what happens. But yeah, just as we sit here, how you feeling, mate?
I've had better days, Oscar. I've had better days. When I found out earlier on, I was deflated. Terrible day. I've known about this since November, so I've sacrificed a lot of time for this. I've worked very, very hard. My team has invested a lot of time in me as well. So I came to LA as this was my world title fight. This was my time to shock the world. It was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. Like, opportunities like this don't really come around often, and for it to be pulled 4 days before in fight week is horrible news.
I can understand how heart-wrenching that must be, and I'm sure everyone not feels it because no one will know what you're feeling right now. But gutting, so close. Do you just kind of want to talk us through how you found out originally earlier today?
Yeah, I had to do some medicals for the California state. I'd come out from an MRI scan to a call off Lee Eaton from Dubai telling me Ortiz is out, and I thought he was joking.
That would be very Lee Eaton.
Yeah.
To just take the piss and say he's out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I thought he was joking, and then I could just tell he was being serious. He was gutted. Horrible feeling. And obviously I've trained very hard for it, so I do want to fight. I've got people flying out here. I've trained hard for a long time, and like I said, this opportunity don't really come around often, so I really do want to fight on this card regardless.
What we know so far about Vergil Ortiz is that it's like a kidney or muscle, something along those lines. I don't know too much about it. Could be quite severe, could not be. I know his old man has come out and said that he sort of dropped levels in sparring very severely and very suddenly. So we don't know much about Vergil yet, but I can imagine first things you just want to say, you hope Vergil Ortiz is okay, because this seems like something that is, well, out of his hands.
Yeah, health is everything. He's a young lad as well. I tweeted, first thing I tweeted is I wish him a speedy recovery and stuff. He's a big boy at the weight, so I don't know if it was something to do with that. First thoughts go to him. Hope he makes a speedy recovery. I don't think I'll get the opportunity again, to fight him. He doesn't need to fight me. I've been told, we could reschedule and stuff like this, but at the end of the day, I can't really think about that promise because he doesn't need to fight me. Let's face it. So I hope he has a speedy recovery and everything. Health is important. It's just, where do I go from here?
I suppose it's quite mentally draining as well because we've known about this fight for a while, and you said how hard you've trained. Yes, someone can promise something in the future, but when something takes 2 months out of you and you're that close to getting the night where you can put it all into practice, just mentally, even if you were to fight, which we'll talk about what could happen in a minute, just very mentally draining, I imagine, right now, and tiring, even though you haven't fought.
I know. I found out about this the end of November. I was training to fight him January 22nd originally, and then a few days before Christmas I found out it had been moved back to March 19th. So I've been training for nearly 4 months for this. I've put a lot of work in and sacrificed a lot of my time, and it's very mentally draining. I'm somebody that's very mentally strong, and stuff like that. And I have felt a bit deflated today, but I've got to think positive. Golden Boy are trying to maybe find me a replacement, and I know Matchroom and MTK are working very hard behind the scenes as we speak to try and get me out. I want my US debut. That's the most important thing to me right now. I've trained very hard for very long for not to fight. Do you know what I mean? I need to fight on Saturday, so hopefully they can get me somebody regardless.
obviously this is a Golden Boy show, and as the co-main event, you've got Blair Cobbs and Alexis Rocha. We'll come on to them in a bit because I know Blair's had a little bit to say he would like to step up to main event and fight you. But because it being a Golden Boy show, and I'm not trying to slate Golden Boy, I don't know what's going on, but if it was a Matchroom show, do you feel like perhaps there would be more of bending a back to get you an opponent, whereas, like you said, Ortiz doesn't need to fight you? It's a Golden Boy show. It could be a risk that it's just kind of, Mikey, sorry, mate, you're not our fighter. So is that something you're worried about at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, they don't need to do me any favours, do they? But the right thing to do would be try their very best, and I have heard that they still want me on the show, so I don't know anything yet. Hopefully, by the time this goes out in the morning UK time, I'll know some more. At the moment, I'm just waiting on updates to see if they can. I'm here to fight. I'm here to put on a show for the American supporters, and more supporters flying over as well. So yeah, it's all a matter of time. Any minute now. Keep checking my phone, see if anything. I've seen Blair Cobbs has called me out on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. He's a character, isn't he? Like, he's a proper character. I tagged Golden Boy in it. I tagged people in it straight away. Like, I'll fight any of them two on the the main event now. I'll fight any of them two. Do you know what I mean? I was prepared to fight Vergil Ortiz, although they're southpaws. I'm good with southpaws. I spent a few weeks with Josh Taylor not that long ago. But yeah, I'll fight any of them. Don't know anything yet. Like I said, waiting on updates. Yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, Vergil Ortiz obviously was a very risky assignment, and everyone was saying this set of bollocks on you to come over here and fight Vergil. Does it become almost more of a risky assignment when you look at the two guys on the undercard who are very highly rated in America on 3 days' notice, completely flip the switch of styles as well? Yeah. Does it almost become more of a dangerous assignment if you were to fight one of them two?
Well, because they were fighting each other.
Which is a sick fight, by the way. If you know about it, it's a great fight. Yeah.
Great fight. So they're both southpaws. So they've both been training to fight southpaws. I've been training to fight Ortiz, but like, the show goes on. Like, I'm here to fight at the end of the day, so I'll fight any of them or anyone else they want to offer me. Obviously, my team's working very hard. Golden Boy are working very hard, but why? Like, obviously, them two are fighting each other, which is a great fight for the fans and stuff. Why do they want to fight me? Like, am I a bigger draw? Do you know what I mean? I don't understand, but...
Do you think it's the gain of they think they can beat someone who was in to fight Vergil Ortiz, who is considered, along with Boots Ennis, probably one of, if not the best young welterweight in the world? Yeah. So they kind of feel like a scalp of yours that was meant to fight Vergil Ortiz could be to their gain. Is that how they think?
I don't have a clue. I was surprised when I see that animated video that Blair Cobbs put up. But people are talking at the moment, aren't they? So hopefully I can get on the show. Whoever they get me, my team are working hard. They're working hard. It's just, who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully I'll know more in the next couple of hours.
Sickener. Absolutely sickener. I was going to kind of plan a whole interview where we spoke about like the journey that you've been on, because when I started at IFL, one of my first York Hall shows, and you know what I'm going to say, I can't remember who you beat, but you said to me, you was like, mention my name to these bums. Yeah. Everyone's avoiding me. I'm waiting for my chance. And you had the fight against Chris Congo, which put you more towards like the mainstream. But this was kind of your, like you said, your world title shot. This was the one that you've been chirping about for 3-4 years.
I know, like, up till today, like, I'm glad you're here out of everyone, Oscar, because you're the one that put up with me frustrated and
you started shouting at me once during an interview.
Yeah,
you did.
Probably after a fight. I think that was, what fight was that? At your call. We had
the guy with the rock solid head. Was it Veron?
No, it was. Yeah, probably Veron, because we had to go into a room, didn't we? Because it was so loud. I remember that, but yeah, you were there when I was on the small hall shows, and I was frustrated, and I was begging for a big fight. And look, now I'm in LA. I've had a great 12 months. I'm in LA. I was just about to headline a Golden Boy show and stuff like that. Hopefully I can still fight on this show, but you being here has made today a little bit better.
That means a lot to me. You always said to me, "Was like, if I fight at Fratton Park,
Yeah.
I want you to be there." Bit different to Fratton Park, Los Angeles, but we're here. So I don't really know where to go from here. Obviously, like I said, when this is put out UK time, fingers crossed there'll be some form of update. Just in terms of who's out here, I know you've been out here since Tuesday. It's just you and one of your coaches. You're waiting on your dad to turn up. Some of the MTK representatives coming out today as well. So I think in a couple of days you will have the full squad assembled and ready for, fingers crossed, the fight.
Yeah, I've got me and a coach came out last week. Got a few more people touched down today. I think they're on their way. A few more people towards the end of the week. Obviously, a lot of my supporters and are flying out tomorrow. My brother, my girlfriend, a lot of other people went towards the end of the week as well. So I've got a fair few people coming over to support me, which is mad because I couldn't sell. Like I think I've only got maybe 60 people, which is a lot to me because back in the day I couldn't sell that many in Portsmouth. Do you know what I mean? So I've got people travelling over. I just want to fight. That's the most important thing to me.
And just one more from me. In terms of sort of the landscape of the division, let's just theoretically say the Vergil Ortiz fight was to happen. What was you thinking in the lead up to this week? Was you thinking a win here could essentially put me as the main man below the champions in this division?
100%, because at the moment, Vergil Ortiz is the main man under the champions. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking a win here could put me in step for a world title fight.
In America as well, if you're going to do it anywhere, yeah.
Exactly. Didn't really think too much about what could happen after because I was fully focused on this Saturday. Big task. Like, lots of respect to Ortiz and stuff like that, but I'm not in awe of him. And I'm a very confident person, so I just knew a win. Eddie said I'd become an overnight superstar, and then I would have earned maybe a little meeting with Eddie to see what would happen next. but yeah, like my team's working hard as they speak. It's like this. At the moment, I'm not definitely off the card, am I? So the show goes on. Nothing's changed in terms of me. I still train today. Like, done a little sharpen up on the pads earlier. Still dieting. You know what I mean? Like, if I knew it was off, I'd be straight finding some terrible food right now. But I've still got high hopes. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can.
One.